So far, nobody's come in. I'll put my chair down here on the ground, cooking up my dinner. But we'll see. We'll see who can come in, who comes in, and who don't. Probably ought to put this work. I can quit looking around. What's going on? Whoever just jumped in. Oh, that can's right in the light. Set this on the ground. But just waiting on my dinner. Just put on some burnt in brats. And then FBG. What's going on there? Yeah, I'm out here camping. Where are you at? You make it home, or are you still out on the road? What's funny is I've got a camp chair, but I'm on the ground right now. I'm sitting on the ground. East St. Louis headed. Oh, you're headed to Montana? What you got? What did you end up picking up? I bet Cooper Bead. Or is that where you just stopped at? It's always one fun. Oh, now we got two people. It's always fun when we only got one person in here and I'm just sitting in silence, trying to just talk to myself. I've been doing that all day to a camera. But I got this nice stove, wood burning stove. Ooh, 32 people in. Heck yeah. Don't forget to hit that like button. And double tap the screen to hit that like button. But yeah, no bugs. Well, there's some bugs. It was well, it's still 45 degrees outside is what my watch says, but I forgot my temperature gauges for the inside and outside. So I'm currently camping in Piney Creek, Missouri. In the middle of the woods, filming a good video. Right now I'm watching some Bushcraft TV, talking to you guys, drinking an IPA, Skull, waiting, flip these burnt in brats. So I got burnt in brats for dinner. And the only thing I forgot to bring was my chips. These things are the best. But I really enjoy these. Heck, girlfriend's daughter actually asked for some of those the other night when we were at Walmart just for a snack. yeah, just the goal's a nice, good weekend, and I've got a couple callers with me. Might bring them out here in a bit, or I might not. We'll see. Well, Skull from Missouri. But yeah, just sitting here, like I said, just waiting on these brats to cook up. I just put them on. I'm just chilling out in here with the warm heat. And I've got my hammock over here. Let me turn on my headlamp. So I've got a hammock over here. I've got it off to the side so that way I've got some room in this tent. That way I don't blind you guys. Oh, green light. We'll just leave the green light on for now. You probably guys didn't even see that. You guys should have said something. Should have said, hey, I can't see that. There we go. But we'll grab the camera, post around, see if you can see it. There we go. Yeah, the hammock's just hanging down. I've got it, and then I got fairy lights in here. Excuse me. And there's Betty White, my camera. But yeah, get you flipped around here. There's some brats. Finally starting to sizzle. And we'll get them flipped here in a second. So this is the One Tigress hot hammock tent. So it goes up around your hammock. And then I have the One Tigress compound hammock along with the underquilt and overquilt with a wool blanket inside too. Because I don't plan on running this stove all night. My go-to camping stuff is usually One Tigress. Oh, get that one to twist. There we go. Bigfoot? No, me and Bigfoot are good friends. His name is Yep24. Go find him on Instagram. And YouTube. Yeah, see, I've got several things of from One Tigress. I've got some bags. I've got this is my third tent from One Tigress. I have another dome tent from One Tigress. It's a hot tent, and then I have a the Outback tent. It's a 2-man. It's pretty nice, but it's not for. It's more for spring, early fall. But yeah, don't forget to double tap that screen to like the video or like the stream. And then share this out. I noticed we had a lot of people in stream, and then now there's only 2 that I can see. But I never trust that little ticker at the top. Because it went 23, down to 2, down to 7, down to 2. And I know there's more of you guys in there. Hi, I'm going to just say your numbers. 7754. But yeah. And you can tell I'm still in a fleece lined jacket. So it's nice and easy, nice and cool in here as I'm sitting on the floor. But It's still pretty warm. I do wish I'd have brought my thermometers. Sweden, nice. I'd like to get over there and do some winter camping in Sweden, and then go have a partake in a sauna. You got a question? Have you ever tripped on? No, I have not. But I'm a trucker too, so there's certain things I can and cannot do. That's my profession, is trucking and an instructor. It is a goal though, later down the road. Oh, you're good. I'm not going to shun you for asking that question. But I've had a bunch of friends that done it, and they said it's pretty fun, as long as you're in a good state of mind. Forgive my Winglish. So what's everybody else up to tonight? I know my buddy Hell Hefe is parked up at a truck stop right now. Never told me what he's pulling yet. Yeah, if you guys are lucky, you might get to see me watch me eat dinner too. But don't forget to double tap that screen. Like the stream. Sorry, didn't mean to blind you guys. Just flipping dinner. What's up, Tom? So right now it's burnt in brats. Doing burnt in brats. And I was planning on doing some chips, but I left them at the house, along with some other things. I was going to do some temperature readings of what it is in here, what it is outside, and I left that at the house. But yeah, so turn the blinding light on. There's dinner. There's the old Bushcraft TV. There's my sleep system in my hammock. I got my fairy lights up top, my big blinding light there, and there's Betty. That's Betty White right there. That's my camera. And then I do have a camp chair, but I'm sitting on the ground instead while I cook dinner. Yeah, brats over a campfire, get that nice smoky flavor in them. But I'm trying out this new skillet plate that I've got, and it's got a, where did I set it? I set it somewhere. There it is. I forgot to set it on the anchor, but it's got a, we'll do some green lights on you guys, but it's got a little wood plate that I can set it on, so I can set it in my lap right after it comes off off the stovetop. But yeah, I've been just pretty much just chilling, watching this. I watched Mini Mayhem, his premiere, and then I watched. I like to watch Grind Hard Plumbing Company or Grind Hard Plumbing Co. I just watched their latest video they put on. Yeah, so this is not my first hot tent. I've got this one goes over my hammock, and then I have one that I keep in the trunk of my car at all times. It's a bell tent, which is my very first hot tent that I've had. And then I've got a dome tent from One Tigress that I just got. Well, I got that shortly after I got this one. And then I have a 20-foot by 20 foot by 20 foot bell tent for basically when the whole family wants to go. And it's a hot tent too. And then, so this is audio pretty good. And don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. Got 13 people in here. What's going on, Token? Got 13 people in here, only 5 likes. Oh, 11 now. Like I said, I still don't trust that ticker. A 12 by 6 or so for the whole family camping. Heck yeah. Like I said, seeing your backyard really wants me to get up there and just dive into them woods. And I'm drinking a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA. These are pretty good. This is my second one. I've been slow today. Not trying to hammer down on them. So what are we guys doing? Are we working on anything? Anything on the workbench? Give these a flip again. Like I said, these just went on before I went live, so you guys might even catch me eating. Sorry if I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to get these to roll over. Yeah, I was going to camp in another place, but I went to scout it out yesterday, and I seen a big cat walk across right out in front of me. I was like, no. So I pulled out my knife, hold it in my hand, because I don't carry my pistol. I just left from work, and I'm not allowed to have firearms on the property. But yeah, I seen her walk across, and something told me to stop, and it walked right across. That tail was, yeah, that long. I said nope, and I walked right out. So I came out here to Piney Creek, just north of Shell Knob. Well, it's still part of Shell Knob. Critical mistakes so far. 2 of them. Oh, you're painting a Lexan body for the first time. Yeah, I've done a few 1/10 scale Lexan bodies for a semi lorry that I have. It's a drifter, and then I've got a Honda Civic that I'm doing that I ain't got to the painting yet on it. kind of the 24s took over again. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I need to start bringing my cameras with me, because every now and then I'm like, I leave work and I just sit north of Springfield. There's a set of woods out there I like to go walk. And if I'd have had my Insta 360 with me, I would have been posting that of her walking across. And the trail, there are a big group of trees here and a big group of trees here, and that's probably about a 10 foot, no, let's say 7 foot width between the two. And when she walked across, and the grass was about knee high, and she was like 4 or 5 inches above that grass. And then I seen that tail, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm going back. Yeah, bobcats, they pretty much will stay away from you. I've run across a couple of coyotes out here, but I ain't too concerned about coyotes. But when it comes to a mountain lion, when their paw is the size of your face, it's like, yeah, no, I'm gone. And then, yeah, real quick, Tom, can you share this video out real quick? I did not do that before I went on. And then double tap the screen to like the stream. But yeah. But it's still funny. I've got a chair right behind me, and I'm sitting on the ground. It's just, I like it down here. But the fire is right here. The thermometer on my watch says that the temperature is still 41 degrees outside. I wish I'd known what was in here, but I'm still wearing my hoodie, or my jacket, my insulated jacket, and I've still got my DJI mic on. This thing has been running since I've been out here, and you see that green light? It's still charged. It's amazing. Smells so good. I just hope it don't bring a whole lot of critters in. So been on for 23 minutes. Heck yeah. You still in here, Token? What you got going on? And here in a second, I'll get up and we'll step outside, and I'll show you guys the outside of the tent. What are you doodling? I haven't drawn in a minute. I used to draw all the time. Some of my art, my tattoos are my artwork. And I'm pretty much covered from the face down to my ankles. Three D modeling, actually, nice. I wish I could get into that. I do 3D printing. I just, when it comes to Blender and all those extra, I just hadn't got into that CAD work. But if I could put it to paper, I could do that. You probably hear the plane. And so is my audio all right? I can't tell if it's using my phone or using my headset. So cool. Can you hear the brat sizzling in the background? sweet. Ooh, looked into that light too long. They're fairly loud. Well, I'm sitting pretty close to the fireplace. And like I said, it could be. Are you out token? Or did you just misspell some stuff? So you guys are going to learn that me and reading me and reading don't do so well. So if it give me some time and I'll try to read out some what you guys are reading or writing. Oh, you were just saying hi. Okay. Called you potato. That reminds me of Ron White. They call me tater salad. I got a joke for you guys. You want to hear it? I'm just waiting for somebody to say yes. Yep. Okay. So, did you know if you flip over a canoe, you can wear it as a hat? It's capsized. Was that a good one? I heard that the other day. I've got a lot more, but they're not appropriate for YouTube and stuff like that. But what do you call two Mexican firefighters? What? Jose and Hoseby. That's a good one. So yeah, the inappropriate ones are always the best. Yes, they are. All right. So what do you call two lesbians in a closet? A liquor cabinet. So two blondes walk into a bar. The brunette ducked. That's an old one. Yeah, these IPAs are 9.5. This one I've gone down a lot quicker than the first one I had at 3. But I just sipped on that while I was putting up tent. I'm thinking about going to get it real quick. But I hate to leave you guys just sitting here looking at the fabric wall behind me. Okay, you enjoy yourself, Tom. If I'm still on here, jump back in. I don't know how long I'm going to be on, though. But what are you making? Making brats? And then Tom leaves and everybody else jumps out too. Pizza tonight. Nice. probably could take these off the stove and set them on a log right here. They're getting nice and plump. Oh, all right, let's go for an adventure while those cool off just a little bit. And get you guys to see the outside of the tent. With the zipper. It's been a minute since I've stepped outside. Flip it around. So here's my tent. The stove. Step back a little bit so you guys can see. And then a nice dark woods. Really dark. But yeah, it's not still too bad outside right now. My watch says, once I get it to its screen, it says still 41 degrees outside, but it's supposed to get down to 20s. At least I thought it was supposed to get down into the 20s. Nice fairy lights above me. Oh, now that I'm not cooking, I can sit in my chair. Get it spun around here so I can get set up. Turn the light off. Oh. So what are you doodling there, Token? Sorry if that was loud. The thing I like about it is out here, hearing the wind, the trees sway, nobody around. Working on a new body. Nice. Another cage buggy. Sweet. I haven't got a cage buggy printed off yet. I've been man, I get up here where the heat rises and it's pretty dang warm. My last body I printed off was the El Camino that I'm working on a donk build. It's going to take me some time. Got other things coming out. But yeah, I've got some. I'm trying to think of what the DJ Crawler 1.8 wheels that I'm going to put on it. I'm thinking about doing some clear Muse axles. I don't know which chassis I'm going to use. If I'm going to use a stainless 24 chassis or the Gecko chassis. Or I could use the Crawler chassis. I got that one in that mystery box. That was nice. Which I would use the axles that came with that, which are gunmetal and red splatter. But yeah, I figured I do get bored out here doing just bushcraft stuff, because filming everything just sometimes it makes a longer video, and some people don't like those long videos. But so when I ain't talking to the camera, I'm just watching YouTube and watching Bushcraft TV. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. I just want to build one to have as a shelf queen. I might sell it off if it looks good, if I do a good job on it. I need to get my airbrush cleaned up pretty good because I kind of left it in a state that it shouldn't have been left in. But it won't take much to clean it up. People are surprised that I airbrush in my kitchen. But that's where my workbench is currently right now, is in my kitchen. I gotta lean forward to read chat because normally I wear glasses to read, but I'm out here in the woods, so there's no need to have glasses on. So what else do we got in chat? We got Token. I can see 3 people in chat. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the stream. What'd you think of Cooper's plumber truck? Simply 24. I think that thing's pretty cool. It makes me want to redo my tow truck. Because I've got that 6x6 tow truck that I built. Yeah, this is the oddest thing for me, is just to continue to talk and nobody talking back. Just trying to talk to the live, talk to the camera. And especially, I got nothing going on other than watching a campfire, waiting, letting dinner cool off just a little bit so I don't scald my mouth. You like all the builds people do. Yeah, the hobby is amazing, and that's why I'm getting back into 24 scales and the RC hobby to begin in general. It's because I'm bushcraft at heart, getting out in the woods, doing stuff, and then I can tie both of them together. But the community behind bushcraft is just not there, as in online stuff. You got to find people that are willing to go out to the woods with you just to go camping. But the community behind the RCs is just amazing. The people willing to help with questions and willing to give you the right criticism you need for your build. Anybody can just go out and pitch a tent and sleep in it overnight and then wonder why they were freezing all night because they didn't build a fire right. But I need to do some videos on that, how to start a good fire using a ferro rod. And I did a fat ferro rod, and a fat wood is what I use a lot. I feather that out, shave it down, and it catches a spark pretty quick. Yeah, a lot of those don't care. Yeah, I mean, some people do. There's big bushcraft community around this area. They hold two bushcraft events in our area. Um, one in the summer and one in the winter, and I need to make it to one of them. I didn't get to make it to the summer one. I was kind of had some things going on in my life that I couldn't get to. Let's pick up so because you're talking to a lot, I can't read, and I didn't want to get the camera light in front of it. Oh, I didn't know that you were homeless a long time ago, man. Yeah, that's. Sit you back down. There you go. Try not to flip it backwards. But yeah, I mean, I've thought about doing. I'm still planning on doing a bunch of just sneak into places and camp. I've got a stretch of woods in between um, 44 East and West, between Springfield and Lebanon, that I want to go camp in. But I got to organize somebody to come drop me off and pick me back up. Was your own doing? Oh, it was in Oregon. That's where you were born. Yeah, I was born in Colorado Springs, Colorado, but lived in Tennessee um, most of my life until I moved out to Missouri or Kansas, and then here to Missouri. Hence, why if you look at actually, TF means Tennessee Flatbedder. For my job, it was going to do training videos with my channel, and then I decided to do bushcraft instead. That's my job, not my passion. This is my passion. Yeah, yeah. I was saying there's a stretch of woods between Lebanon, Missouri, and Springfield, Missouri. But you said, let me get the camera again. Yay! As I dropped you guys. Oh, Lebanon, Oregon. No. Okay. So yeah, being that far away, I can't read without that. That's too small of a print for me sometimes. I thought you said that far away that you, yeah. Oh, you were born there. Oh, okay. Rereading chat. Yeah, we'll put you back over here. Oh, it's really weird sitting in this chair. But there's a heat difference. It's a little bit warmer on the top of my hand than it is the bottom of my hand, right in this area. We got 7 likes. not bad so far for being not doing this stuff for very long again. I probably ought to put another log on this. Like I said, I'm not trying to burn this all night, but let's get out of the chair real quick, move it out of the way, get back down on the ground. Oh. Let's get this where you guys can still see me. Put on a glove so I don't burn my hand for the second time. So if you guys don't really know me, but I had September of not last year but the year before, I fell into, a bonfire and burnt my hand, and I'll show you here in a second once I find another log. I burnt my hand to the point where they had to put a skin graft on it, and then I burnt my leg from my left leg from my knee down to my ankle, and my right knee, and both hands were burnt pretty good, but my left hand, I've got a skin graft right here that they took from the side of my leg. But that's one reason why I haven't been out in the bushcraft scene in a while, doing my YouTube. I think it was a year between videos on that one. And then on top of it, I also was in the middle of divorce at the beginning of last year. So, yeah, a lot of things happen to somebody in a short period of time, and kind of hinders things when you're trying to move on. So who's all in here? It shows 2 people. I see you're still in here, Token, which I appreciate it. Thank you. Wonder if that second person's still my buddy Jeff. El Jefe FBG. Yeah, that's how life goes. Yeah, when it rains, it pours. And the funny thing is I was getting divorced, but there we go. I had a phone call. My girlfriend was calling. But I'll make this quick. Me and my ex-wife are still friends, and we're having a barbecue with the trucker buddies of mine, and that's when that happened. I got burnt, and I fell right dead center of a 6 foot by 6 foot bonfire. But yeah, so I think my food's gonna get ready. I know I said I might bless you guys with me eating, but I probably don't want to watch me eat. And I'm gonna call my girlfriend back. So I might jump back in a live later. So if anything, hit that share button, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys later. And Token, you have a good evening, all right? Give you a couple of minutes to say peace or whatever you want to say. Yep. All right. Where's that off button? There it is.